perhaps, almost certainly, the wildest game we've seen this baseball season, so we had to put out the call for expert analysis, and Jason Stark has answered. Jason, in baseball tonight, detention, staying late with us here on SportsCenter. And Jason, have you ever seen a game like this in recent memory?
Well, the Yankees, when they start playing after midnight, can get involved in some crazy games, but this is right up there with any.
All right, let's go to the Bronx and take a look, Jason. The Yankees and the Twins, bottom first. Minnesota's Rick Reed all seem pretty harmless at this point till Bernie goes deep to right. A solo shot is seventh, and Jason, it's 1-0 Yankees. Time for some Twins D.
It just seems like the Twins catch every ball hit in the air, and Jock Jones, no fear of the wall, grabs that one to rob Robin Ventura. Then in the third inning, Jason Giambi with the same idea, and Jock Jones, he's got some wall prints on his back. That's two of them.
All right, remember those plays because we got another one coming up. Bottom four, Jorge Posada toward first. David Ortiz flips to Reed, and he can't find the bag. Posada's safe. Next pitch, Robin Ventura. Oh, deep to center, just keeps on going. That is a monster home run, and we're tied up at 3. Bottom four now. Reed, Soriano, two guys on. Way back to left. And there's Jock Jones with the glove. Noonan. Oh, man. Soriano's 10th, 6-3 New York. Jason, this one had to hurt.
Jock Jones is right there, just didn't close the glove on it. A very rare play for the Twins, a non-web gem.
That's tough when you get a non-web gem. That's not a good thing. Bottom five, the anti-gem. Yanks up 6-3. Posada upper deck in right off the Troy Hawkins. It's 8-3 Yankees, so everything pretty much going according to script in the Bronx. Top 6, Brian Buchanan. Flares it to left. New York having a team meeting out there, and nobody decides to catch it. Later in the inning, now it's 8-4 New York. A.J. Przinsky facing Mike Mussina. And he doubles to right. Mussina had a big lead, but it fell apart for him. Bobby Kelty comes in, and Minnesota's within 3. That's it for Mussina. Mike Stanton comes in. Denny Hocking to right. And it is going to drop in there. Jay Cannizzaro comes in, and here come the Twins. They're only down 2 now. It's 8-6. Next up, it's Jones. He singles to left. It's batting practice. Przinsky coming in, and now it's 8-7. Bases loaded for Ortiz to center, and it's deep enough. Denny Hocking waiting to tag up. There he goes, and we are tied up at 8. Still bottom 6 now. Still tied. Buchanan to left. Off Ramiro Mendoza. They're going to wave Jones in. Torrey Hunter gets hung up over there between second and third, and they will eventually tag him out. But the Twins take the lead, 9-8. Remember, they were down 8-3. Bottom 9, Yankees down now, 9-8. Everyday Eddie with 1 out, facing Bernie. Uh-oh is right. Both sides of the plate in this game for Bernie. Every Yankee run would wind up being scored on a home run in this game. Solo shot a second that tied it at 9, and you bet he's taking a curtain call. Bottom 11 now. First and second for Giambi. Opposite field. Noonan. It is foul. Take another look. Giambi with a chance to be the hero, and he missed it by that much. Jason, your thoughts?
Well, it's a game of yards, as you know.
Too many Jasons on this script. Same at bat, full count. Giambi grounds to second. There's 2 outs. Next up, they're loaded for Robin Ventura, and he grounds out to end the inning. So 9-9 through 11, and it's getting a little chilly and a little long at Yankee Stadium for the fans. Pouring rain by this point. Bottom 13 now. Giambi on first. Jorge Posada. Deep to center. Hunter is out there, and it's going to be over his head. And Giambi rounding third, and Jason, he's not fast.
Well, I don't care how fast he is. This is a remarkable play. You have to look at how far Torrey Hunter has to throw this relay. It's like 250 feet just to hit the cutoff man. And Denny Hocking with the strike to Przinsky. That is a tremendous play.
Oh, he just did barely get a glove on him. Bottom 13, Rondell White with the bases loaded to left, and it's Jones again, and that one stays in the glove. Inning over. Top 14 now. Sterling Hitchcock. Runners at the corners, Bobby Kelty. Base hit to center. Casey Blake scores. 10-9. Twins take the lead. They got 12 runs before Giambi came up, and the bases loaded. Bottom 14.
Giambi swings to drive to deep right center. Way back. This one is gone. The Yankees have won the ball game on a grand slam home run by Jason Giambi. 13-12 is your final score.
Jason Stark, thanks. There it is, 13-12. The two teams combined for 40 hits and 492 pitchers. All 13 runs for the Yankees coming via the home run. None of the Twins' runs came off a home run. Yankees homered 6 times in the game. It's the first time since the Orioles and Mariners in 1996 that two teams both had at least 20 hits in the same game as Jason Giambi ends a wild night in the Bronx.
Oh, it was unbelievable, especially in this game. To be out there, they kept battling back. We kept, they score a run, we battle back. They score a run, we battle back. It's unbelievable to finally, get that big one and, go from there. Earlier in the game, I hit one just foul, and so it was nice to get.
We'll have another look at this game later on the show in Top Plays. Here's a recap. There were 25 combined runs, 40 combined hits, 13 of which went for extra bases. 14 players had at least 2 hits. And if any of the 25 guys left on base had scored, this game could have ended in less than the near 6 hours that it took to complete.
West, the best record in baseball on the line this weekend at Fenway. Ichiro here with his team down 2-0. Lou Merlone with a barehanded play, and he gets the speedy Ichiro. That is not easy to do. Top 4, 3-0 Sox. Bases loaded. This time, Ichiro, he serves it up the opposite way better than just about anybody. Carlos Guillen and Ben Davis score. Now watch Desi Relaford. He is heading for home. Looks like he beats the throw, but hold please. Jeff Kellogg makes no call. That's because Relaford is out. Take another look. Relaford's foot doesn't touch the plate, but does he drag it? Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. He's out. Mariners still down 3-2 after some discussion. Bottom 4, John Halama in a tight spot. Runners on second and third, Brian Daubach on deck. Seattle, they're going to walk Nomad, load the bases with 1 out, and bring up Daubach, and he is the cleanup hitter in place of Manny. And things worked out for the M's as Daubach, that might have been high, called a strike, makeup, I don't know. Still 3-2. And then Shea Hillenbrand from Ryan Franklin, inning over. Things worked out well there. Top 6, things work out for Jeff Cirillo. He takes it the other way. Then Cirillo gets cut. It's a pickle. They call it a pickle. The 2 runs come in. Seattle takes the lead. Cirillo was 2 for 5. Bottom 8, Johnny Damon drives one to left. Doug Mirabelli will try to score from second, but Relaford, he was caught at the plate, and he catches a man at the plate, and in the end, the Mariners win it 6-3. The top 3 in the Mariner order: 5 hits, 4 RBI. Cleanup hitter Brett Boone's 12-game hitting streak goes by the boards. Buck Martinez, hair getting grayer by the day, and Roy Halladay in a bit of a jam against the A's. 2 men on, no outs, but Halladay makes a great play on the sag bunt attempt by Ramon Hernandez. 1 out. Next batter, Eric Burns, and pitcher's best friends go something like this: 6-4-3 Halladay, 7 2/3, 1 earned run. Bottom of the 5th, 2 men on, 1-0 Jay. Shannon Stewart changes that abruptly. Where's this one headed? That's not off the windows, into the seats. Shannon Stewart helping out with the bat. Roy Halladay bests Oakland for the 2nd time in as many starts. Only 4 earned run in his last 22 2/3. Halladay said he didn't have his best stuff. Terrence Long of Oakland said if he didn't, I don't want to see him when he does. Toronto wins for only the 3rd time in its last 12 home games.
Timmy Rollins led off Thursday's game with a first-pitch home run, and Friday, how about a second-pitch home run? This off Miguel Batista. His 3rd of the year. It's 1-0 Phils. It was 3-0 Phillies. Bottom 1, Arubio Durazo. And get used to this. Off Terry Adams to left center. His 1st of the year. Diamondbacks down 3-2. It was 6-3 Phillies. Top 6. Full count. Durazo. And that one goes to right, his 2nd of the night and 2nd of the season. And suddenly Arizona's back within 1 at 6-5. Bottom 7, runner on 3rd. Luis Gonzalez into right. Junior Spidey comes in, and the Diamondbacks tie the game at 7. Next up, it's Durazo, already with 2 homers in the game. Make it 3 off Riel Cormier. And this guy had no home runs all year coming into this game. He's got 3. Diamondbacks lead 9-7. Yeah, get out there. Give him a standing ovation at his next at-bat. Bases are loaded. Everybody wants the grand slam. Well, it stays in the ballpark.
He stinks.
Yeah, trade him.
What's wrong with him?
Trade him. He has really declined since earlier in the game. It's going to score 3 runs. 9 RBIs in the game for Rubio Durazo. It's 12-7. And, Larry Bow is just really angry that Durazo's having such a great night. Larry, this guy's a time bomb out there in Philadelphia.
I believe the fuse is gone.
They're going to give him about 20 seconds, and you know what? We've had about enough out of you, Larry. We've really got to continue on with this highlight here. Bottom 9, BK Kim facing Scott Rowland. 2 on, it's 12-9, and Rowland, that's not going to make Larry Boa happy. 12-9 is your final. Rubio Durazo, third Diamondback ever to hit 3 home runs in a game. His 9 RBI, the most in a game since Nomar Garciaparra had 10 against the Mariners in 1999.
More craziness out west. Mets pods top 4 tied at 1. A couple of Mets in scoring position. Ray Ordonez to Davy Cruz, who comes home and whoopsie. Cruz's second error, he made 3. Jeremy Burnitz is lumbering home, and it's 3-1 Metropolitans. Bottom 5. Mets up 5-1. Runners at first and second for Wiki Gonzalez to Edgardo Alfonso. That's 1. That's Roberto Alomar, who has time to hop and throw to first. That's a triple play. One more time, around the horn we go. The Mets have never thrown a no-hitter in their history. They have 9 triple plays. Thank you. Top 7. The Mets are ahead by a bunch. Jason Boyd facing Mike Piazza. It's 5-1, not anymore. Piazza! It's time to get hard, people. Piazza leaves the yard. His 13th career slam. He passes 1,000 career RBI. And the Mets pitching, which has been unreal in this now 4-game winning streak, gets some help from the bats as the Mets set a season high in runs scored. Padres helped out. They had 4 runs in the game. They had 5 errors in the game. Out west, still Marlins and Giants. Cliff Floyd is just nasty. It was a 2-0 lead for the Giants. Floyd ties it up, bringing home Luis Castillo and Preston Wilson, knotting things up off Russ Ortiz. Bottom 6, 2 out, bases empty. Barry Bonds. It's got a lot of it, but Pac Bell is a quirky ball yard, and it's 421 to that part of the park, and that was about 418. Bonds still has wheels. He can take his time. 2-out triple. He was stranded right there. Bottom 7, deuces wild. 2 on, 2 out. Pinch hitter Tom Goodwin off of Ryan Dempster into the corner. JT Snow and Reggie Sanders come on in to score. The Giants have a 4-2 lead. Top 8, 2 on for the Fish. Felix Rodriguez, who throws mustard gas with a strikeout. Eric Owens. Benito Santiago from his knees nails Luis Castillo. Strike him out, throw him out. 2 batters later. I said Cliff Floyd is nasty. He is. He's not as nasty as this Rob Nenoff thing. That is sinister. Marlins strand a couple. Bottom 8 now. Giants lead 5-2. Shinjo. Get off me ball! Shinjo! That's his 3rd home run of the year. His first career grand slam, and the Giants into 2-game losing streak, winning it 9-3. Dempster now 0-5 career against the Giants. 0-4 at Pac Bell. Bonds was 2 for 4. Just the 2nd time, though, in his last 13 games that he did not walk. And the Fish treated rudely out in Colorado, and it continues. They've lost 3 in a row and have been outscored 26-8 in the process.
34-degree wind chill at Comiskey. Opening of a 3-game set, Angels and White Sox. Anaheim looking for its 8th straight win. And David Eckstein, first batter of the game, fouls it off his face. That's hard to do. And well, it's not pretty either. But he'd come back in. He's a hockey player. Top 3, 2-0 White Sox. 2 men on for Garrett Anderson after we get another look at Eckstein here. And he got a few bandages, and he was all right. Now here's Anderson to second. Ray Durham. Hey. Darren Erstad comes in. He was 3 for 5. Bottom 4 now. Tied 2-2, and it hurts so good. Frank Thomas to left center. Erstad chases it down, but gets a beer poured on him.
Wait. Oh!
Cleveland Browns situation, please. Double for Thomas. Big hurt, 2 for 3. Top 5 bases loaded. Brad Fulmer facing John Garland. First pitch outside corner. That one, same spot. And then next pitch is, all right, this is getting old here. That's high 2. 4 straight balls to Fulmer. Eckstein comes in, and that ties it at 3. So they're walking the tying run. Next batter, Tim Salmon, 2-2. And all right, that was borderline. And then this one is ball 4. Erstad walks home. That would be all for John Garland. He went 4 1/3, allowed 3 earned on 7 hits. It's 5-4 Anaheim. Have a good trip, man. Bottom 5, 2 men on for Sandy Alomar Jr. to second. Adam Kennedy, full extension. Top 8 now. Scott Spezia. Oh, to right for his 2nd of the game. Spezio 2 for 4. Drove in 3. His 2nd of the season, excuse me. Angels win 8-4. They have won 8 in a row, and 17 of the last 19. In fact, this is Anaheim's 2nd 8-game winning streak since April 24th. It's the Angels' best 19-game stretch in franchise history. They are 4-0 this year versus the White Sox, and they've outscored Chicago 38-11 in those 4 games. Last laugh here off Chuck Finley.
Wait till they get a load of me.
What kind of a world do we live in where a man dressed up as a bat gets all of my press? Rand is second of the... Oh, yeah. What do you got?
World needs an enema, but I don't think you're supposed to say that. Sorry.
Finley tagged for 3 earned on 5 hits and 5 2/3. Meanwhile, Paul Bird, his counterpart, looking for his 7th win, which would match the entire Royal staff. All those guys, just 7 wins. Bottom 5, facing Omar Vizquel, and there it goes! Foul. Look at Bird. Get over there! He's kind of doing a punch fist deal there. Vizquel would walk. Bird walked 4 on the night. That's a season high. Next up, Ricky Gutierrez, but Bird gets the 6-4-3. He escapes. Bird allowed only 1 earned run on 5 hits and 8. Bottom 8, Tribe down 5-2. Jim Thome up there facing Bird, and Bird gets the pitch he needed. Next batter, Ellis Burks, and Bird rings him up. He K'd 6 on the night. Tony Pena's a winner. Paul Bird gets a 7th win. He ties the rest of the entire Royal staff. First win for Pena as Royals manager. Bird needed a season-high 125 pitches, but he joined Chicago's Mark Burley as the American League's only 7-game winners. His 4 walks were also a season high, but he was ahead all night long. First pitch strikes to 24 of 32 batters. Things had been such a mess in St. Louis, they perhaps needed a comparable comeback to turn things around. Last Sunday in Cincinnati turned out to be a sign of things to come. The Cardinals had 2 pitchers come off the DL after that win, then proceeded to sweep the Cubs, the first-place Reds, after sweeping 4 at Milwaukee, into Busch and looking for some payback for last Sunday. Cincinnati coming in 4.5 games up on the Cardinals atop the NL Central 59-minute rain delay to start. They finally got going south for Darryl Kyle against Aaron Boone. Tino is there, and Kyle a no-hitter through 5. Bottom 6, Elmer descends facing Albert Pujols, and Albert goes to left. Number 6 on the year for Pujols, but his first home run at Busch this season. 1-0 St. Louis. Top 7, the Reds, as we illustrate here, with the bases loaded. Kyle facing Jason LaRue. I didn't want to do that. That brings in Austin Kearns, tied at 1. Kyle works 7, allowed 1 run on only 2 hits. Bottom 7, Scott Sullivan pitching, runners on the corners for Fernando Vina. He gets it deep enough to right. Kerry Robinson, come on down and sign in, please. And Cardinals up 2-1. Top 9 now, 2 outs. Izzy trying to nail it down. Gets Aaron Boone to fly out to Vina. And the Cardinals win the game 3-1, extending their winning streak to 5. And in the process, they snap Cincy's 4-game winning streak. St. Louis has outscored its opposition 31-12 during that 5-game win streak. Darryl Kyle allowing only 2 hits in 7 to get the win.
Braves Rockies. Wes Helms facing John Thompson, who had been pitching well, and Wes Helms taps the Rockies to the land of the lost out there in the shrubbery. 1-0 Braves. That's
a slee stack reference.
It is indeed. Chaka, Marshall, Will, and Holly. This is Gary Sheffield. That's Marcus Giles. It's 3-0 Braves. Tom Glavine on the mound. That's probably going to be enough, but just in case, Andrew Jones rips one off the wall. Rafael Furcal, who's speedy, comes in to score. 4-1 Braves, and then John Smoltz comes in to slam the door. Bottom 9, Greg Norton to Helms. That's it, and that's all. Tom Glavine, your starter, has allowed only 3 earned runs in his last 27 2/3 on the road. He's lost only 4 of his last 31 starts. The top 6 in the Rocky lineup went 1 for 20. John Smoltz, 12 saves and 13 chances. Colorado loses for only the 2nd time in 11 home games.
Expos in Los Angeles Friday night, where the flag at Dodger Stadium was at half-mast in honor of the late Joe Black. Bottom 4 tied 1-1. Marquise Grissom. Solo shot is 3rd, and it's 2-1 Dodgers right over Steve Yeager. 2-2 in the 5th. Troy O'Leary, former Red Sox great. Ground rule double to right. Well, he's a former Red Sox.
Is he great? I'm sure curious.
He had his moments.
No disrespect.
Orlando Cabrera scores. Expos up 3-2, and it's Eric Karros T-shirt night. All right, display them proudly, and Karros on his own T-shirt night is 3rd. Dodgers up 4-3. This could be the new bobblehead thing, the T-shirt deal. Wave those shirts, people. That's right. Dude, I'm wearing a Karros shirt.
He just hit a home run.
Oh, Dodgers win 8-5. Hideo Nomo, 5 2/3 to get the win. He proves to 6-0 in his last 9 starts against Montreal. Dodgers score more than 3 runs for the 2nd straight game. Rangers continuing their 12-game road trip in Detroit Friday night. And A-Rod in the first, getting the better of Jeff Weaver by Chris Truby. That scores Rusty Greer, A-Rod's 40th RBI of the year. Next batter, Wangan. Fresh off the DL and making a bid, but in Boston they call that Mike Greenwell power. Right to the track. Wangan 1 for 4, 2 Ks. I just can't let it go. Tigers lead 4-2, top 5. Gator. Look at Mike. Look at Weaver off Mike Young. Makes the throw from the ground. Weaver allowed 3 runs on 10 hits in 8. Bottom 8, it's John Rocker and it's Robert Fick. And Robert Fick wins. 2-run shot. Fick 2 for 4 with 2 home runs. Numbers 4 and 5 on the year. The Tigers win 6-3. They snap a 7-game losing streak. Weaver gets his 3rd win. He is not allowed a home run all year. That's in 63 innings of work. Dave Burba loses for the first time in 9 starts.
City by rain over an hour. The Orioles had a 2-0 lead until Calvin Maduro's fastball was turned on by Toby Hall around the foul pole. 3-run shot, Hall's 2nd. Then in the 6th inning, the same score. Ed Montague decides the monsoon is set in. We bring out the tarps. Another hour and 12-minute rain delay, and then the home team ties it up, and Jeff Conine with his 4th of the season. And hey, Horn, let's go to NFL's point and drink some Natty Bays. The Orioles win at the end of 4-game losing skid. The best fielding team in the majors. The Orioles survived 2 errors to win.
Looking for their 6th straight win. Bottom 2, Dave Williams having some problems. Brad Ausmus back to Williams. Can't handle it, and Ausmus beats it out. It's an error on Williams. Next is bat. Williams going to try and make up for the Ausmus fiasco with a pickoff. No, that's not what we're looking for. Ausmus to second error of the inning on Williams. Ausmus would later score on a Julio Lugo single. Top 5, pinch hitter Adrian Brown to left center. It drops in. 2 runs come in. Pirates lead 3-2. That off of Shane Reynolds, who allowed 3 earned on 5 hits in 5 1/3. Bottom 6, it's Jeff Bagwell. Say hello! Hello, Fry!
Fly Pelican.
Look at the Pelicans, Monty. Fly Pelicans. You shouldn't even go there. 3-run shot, 9th of the year for Bagwell. It was 3 for 4. Astros extend their winning streak to a season-high 6.
That will kill me every single time. Cubs, Brewers, this is not the instructional video that gets results. Fred McGriff, he came in batting .214. He swings at the first pitch he sees, he flies out. This is his next at-bat, facing Glendon Rush. First pitch, 2 pitches, 2 outs. Next at-bat, Cubs trailing, by the way, 4-0. 3rd pitch, he swings, he's out. Top 8, Cubs down 6-2. 4th pitch, he sees, he's out. So that would be 4 pitches, 4 swings, 4 outs. The Cubs lose again, and at this pace, Cub fans, God bless them, they'll be saying wait until the year after next year. They've dropped 8 in a row. They're still ahead of Milwaukee in the Central.